Before we start our practice, I want you to get some pillows or a blanket that you can roll up to put underneath your spine, something like a bolster or a yoga block if you have, or just some pillows. You can get a towel that you can roll up, but go find some things, a few props to help with the positioning that we're going to be doing in class today. And then come back and we'll get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today is Sunday, rest day, right? I hope so. At least people are resting watching football. I know that. So today, I really am feeling a heart opening, but not just a heart opening. Being able to feel the heart open and also being able to feel when the heart is closed and feeling different postures around the heart. So what sensations arise when we are holding ourselves differently? And what comes up for us when we're doing that? So today can be a day of stillness or a day of movement. It is always up to you. Whatever you are feeling, if you're feeling like you're really tired and you're needing a lot of rest, then go into stillness. And it is very possible that at some point within the practice, that might shift. And so it's continuing to come to our practice of connecting to the body with curiosity and an open mind, because we don't know what's going to happen when we actually get out of our minds and come down here, and here, and here, here. Okay. So first, I want to invite you all to come into your body. And when I say that, where does your attention go? Just come in and notice, where does your attention go? Does it go to your legs? Does it go to your stomach? Where does your attention go? And what thought arises? Now, I want you to look at this for a moment. What was your thought? Was it about sensation? Was it some kind of judgment of yourself? What was the flavor of your thought? And in coming into what was the flavor of your thought, what type of thought was it? Notice how you're holding yourself. What's the position of your body right now? Are you sitting with a slouched back? Are your shoulders hunched forward? Are you leaning on something? How are you holding yourself right now? Without changing it, don't change anything. Just notice. What am I doing with my body in this moment right now? Are my legs crossed? Don't change. Are my legs crossed? Or are they open? Am I leaning back in a chair? My legs are wide open. Have I come to a yoga mat to prepare for a practice? Am I comfortable in this sitting position, or would I rather be laying down? So notice where your body's at right now in this moment. Notice what thoughts arise around that. Just let your thoughts be. Just notice them without judgment. And then find yourself, Notice if you want to change your position to be in a way that feels a lot more comfortable to you. If you're slouching, is there a sensation of pain in your back? And maybe you want to get more comfortable. You are welcome to lie down. You are welcome to get in any position you want. Okay, so now you're in a position that feels more comfortable for you. Today, our intention is to practice with changing positions and noticing the sensations around those positions. Changing postures and noticing the sensations around those postures. And these would be postures, whereas maybe you'll have to do a little bit of imagining, playing, right? A little role playing, and oh, I feel sad. What does sad feel like? I feel angry. What does angry, right? Holding these postures. So this is what we're going to be playing with today. But first, we're just gonna be guided in what we are feeling right now and what we're wanting. So right now you're in a position where your body has said, this is better for me. This feels more comfortable. This feels right. This is where I want to be. And so this is where we'll start. So bringing your awareness to your breath, inviting the breath to fill you, coming into a place of receptivity. Now we're coming into a place of receptivity so that we can receive information, so that we can connect to the body through listening. And when we are truly listening, we are in a position to receive. Our heart is open. We are connected to the present moment. And we are listening with our full being. We are listening with our body, with our ears, with our eyes, with everything. So since we're listening to the body, you may close your eyes if that feels more comfortable, at least relaxing the eyelids so that you can feel relaxed in your receptivity. Noticing how the breath changes the more you keep your awareness on it, or how it stays the same. Where does the breath go? Coming in through the throat, around the heart. Where does it fill you? Where do you feel the sensation of the breath? What is the texture of that sensation? What is the flavor of that sensation? Where do you feel blocked? Where do you feel expansion? What comes up when you notice where you're blocked? What comes up for you? Allow it to be there. Just be curious. Oh, okay. What happens as you continue to hold your awareness on certain areas that are blocked? Holding curiosity, not wavering your attention, but being with it fully, in love, connected to it, curious, receptive. What happens? What shifts? What stays the same? Now bring your awareness back to your breath, inviting the breath to fill your whole body, down your throat, around your heart, past your solar plexus, expanding the womb, expanding the pelvis, all the way down the legs, into the feet. Just an invitation. This is mostly you bringing your awareness to these parts of your body as you are inhaling. Inviting the breath in and bringing your awareness to watch your throat, your heart, your belly, your pelvis, your upper legs, your knees, your lower legs, your feet. Bringing the awareness there with the invitation to the breath to follow your awareness. And this is how we open the body to receive the life force of the breath. This is how we practice opening. Breath coming in through the throat, around the heart, all the way down the spine, opening the pelvis, down the legs, into the feet. Holding at the very end of the exhale. Inhale. Inhaling just a little bit more to open and receive a little bit more. And then on the exhale, watching it come all the way back up the spine, lifting you, melting you, taking everything with it, releasing whatever wants to be released. And feeling that release. Feeling the receptivity on the inhale and experiencing letting go on the exhale. Bringing your awareness to the whole body. As you're inviting the breath in through the throat, around the heart, you're also feeling it come down the arms. With your awareness on your whole body, we are going to bring in an invitation to your body to move and change positions. I'm going to give a suggestion, and I welcome you to follow that suggestion. But if your body wants something different, follow that. So you'll start with what I suggest. And from there, you'll feel your body wanting adjustments. And you have your props to help you find the proper position that you're wanting in that moment. So before we go into these postures, also recognizing the difference between discomfort of the mind to change the posture and discomfort of the body in pain. If you put yourself into a position and you have a feeling of, this is dangerous for me, listen to that. But if you put yourself into a position And after a few minutes, you begin to feel fear or agitation. Stay curious. See if you can discern whether it's in the mind, whether it's opening in a way that's unfamiliar and scary and might bring up an emotion that you're uncomfortable with, or if what it's bringing up is pain. So discerning between pain or an uncomfortable emotion. So continuing to invite the breath all the way through the body, through the throat, down the heart, down the spine, opening the pelvis, down the legs and into the feet. Exhaling all the way back up the spine, out the back of the neck, through the crown of the head, melting, releasing, letting go. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to lay down on your back, putting a pillow or bolster underneath your upper back, in between your shoulder blades. Making sure that there's something underneath your head so that your neck can be relaxed, so that there's no strain on the neck. Allowing your legs to be hip width apart or more or wider. Not so wide, just wide enough that you can open the joint and allow the joint to relax open. And then allowing the arms to rest out to the side, either at a 45-degree angle so that there's space between your armpits, or at a 100-degree angle so that they're going straight across like a T. Now, as you begin to come into this position, you're going to play with, where do your legs want to be? How much do they want to be spread? How open do my arms want to be? Maybe I want to open them all the way, but then I notice strain on my shoulders. So I lower them a little bit closer to my body. So begin to find yourself in this position. Continuing to keep your awareness on your breath. Noticing how the breath has shifted as you have your heart open, as you have your chest exposed. What sensations arise? What do you notice happens the longer you stay here? Watching your breath come in through the throat, down the heart, past the belly, into the womb, all the way down the legs and the feet. What do you notice happens to the breath? How does it shift? What moves as the breath enters you? Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel expansion? Do you notice any shift in your emotional state or your mental state? Continuing to watch this experience with curiosity. I'm going to give you a few minutes of silence to watch what happens in the body, remembering to exhale any thoughts, judgments, assumptions, expectations, letting them go on every exhale, inviting in life and love on every inhale to fill your entire spine, filling you all the way down to your feet. Just noticing what happens around the heart, what happens around the throat. Noticing any tension in the face, letting it melt down into the floor, melting your eyebrows, the muscles around your eyes, allowing your jaw to melt into your neck. Maybe as you relax your jaw, your lips part a little bit. Noticing if you're holding your mouth together or not. What is it like to have your heart open in this way? To have your back connected to the ground, And to have your heart open and exposed. What do you notice is happening? Is there a pleasure or is there stress, discomfort? Is there a joy? Is there a fear? Or maybe none of these? What do you notice? What emotions are there, if any? Now, when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to change your position. You're going to, at your own pace, move onto your knees and your elbows and your forearms so that you are crouched downward and your back is hunched and your head is tucked in. And you are in a position now of a closed heart. Now you can use any bolstering you'd like to help you get more comfortable here. But when you're ready, you may begin to move at a pace where you can continue to keep your focus on your breath moving through your body and continuing to be curious about sensation as you're moving. So moving at a slower pace. And you may rest your forehead on the floor or in your hands, like finding what's comfortable here, just so that your back is rounded, your shoulders are closed, and your head is on the earth. How does your breath move now? Inviting the breath to come in the back of your spine. Feeling the sensation move through the back of your neck, the back of your spine, down your sacrum, down the back of your legs, into the floor. What shifts in your breath? What shifts in your emotional and mental state? What do you notice here? I'm going to give you a few minutes of silence to explore with curiosity, to witness. What happens to the mind? What happens to the thought patterns, the pace of the thoughts, the types of thoughts? What shifts in the body and the types of emotion and the sensation and where? Now, in a moment, I'm going to invite you to shift positions again. Remember to move at a pace where you can continue to keep your awareness on the breath, moving through the body. Now you're going to, when you're ready, bring yourself up. You can either stay on your knees or get onto your feet, but you're going to find a way that feels comfortable. Again, we are playing with what your body wants and can handle. You're going to open your legs wide, bending them slightly. Slightly, we're not doing an exercise, just so that the knees are not locked and the flow of energy can move freely. And you're going to bring your arms up, spread wide with your palms open. Now you're not spreading. We're not building strength here. You will just be opening to that star-like position where your arms are above horizontal, but not straight up. Your arms can be straight or bent. You're going to lift your chin slightly, just so that you're looking a little above straight ahead. And then continuing to invite the breath in, the breath that should be able to move more freely through the throat. Your arms are spread as much as is comfortable, so your heart is open. You are standing in a position that is making you take up a lot of space. Notice what happens as you hold this position. Notice what shifts, what arises, how your mental state changes, how your emotional state changes. Continuing to stay curious. When you're ready, if you have not already started to change your position, you may begin to enter into this position of taking up a lot of space. Now noticing your posture and your spine. Are you sticking your butt out? Are you sticking your belly out? Are you collapsing your lower back? Allowing the flow of energy to move freely. I want to invite you to bring your awareness to your pelvis and to tuck your pelvis under so that your spine can be straight and strong. Reaching the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And if your arms get tired, you can lower them, you can bend them, keeping the heart open, listening to the body, finding a way to be in a posture that is opening while listening to the body, what the body needs and wants to show you. Now bringing the arms down and allowing your shoulders to hunch forward so that your heart is caved in, hiding, finding a position of protection, something we might do when we're feeling afraid or insecure, uncertain. Maybe closing the legs in, standing, but making yourself small. Continuing to notice the breath. What shifts in your physical and emotional state, letting everything go on every exhale. What happens to the flavor of your thoughts, to the texture of your breath? What do you notice? And I want to invite you to begin to invite the breath to expand your back. To expand your back and begin to undulate the spine to slowly open the heart again, to allow the shoulders with each breath to drop down and back, eventually bringing yourself to a position where your arms can open, where your palms are facing forward. Relaxed arms, where your breath begins to open the chest, to open the neck and the chin, to where you're standing tall, where your heart is open, where your feet are hip distance apart so that the energy can flow freely through your hips and thighs. Noticing as you slowly allow the breath to open you into this position, what shifts, what happens. Continuing to invite the breath to fill your entire spine, coming all the way down the body, opening all of you, all the way down your arms, opening you. Bringing your uterus forward, tilting the pelvis so that your spine is strong and straight. And the power of your uterus is leading you. As you stand here now, what do you notice? What's happening? Now I'm going to leave you here. You can stay here in this posture as long as feels good. Standing with a strong spine, heart open, having experienced different postures of vulnerability, closure, taking up space, and shrinking into being small without going back in time and analyzing, but just carrying with you this experience of having curiosity and witnessing of the different sensations as you move through these different postures and emotions, patterns, and experiences. Continuing to connect to the breath throughout the day, to connect to what posture are you in? How are you holding your body? And just being curious in that moment when you do notice, and just noticing what sensation is there, what's happening in that moment. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for joining. I will see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Central Time for another embodiment class.